Truman accidentally discovered his wife's secret. In their wedding photo, his wife had her fingers crossed, an act of asking God for forgiveness, which meant that her vows were not sincere. Determined to expose the lie, Truman followed his wife to the hospital. There, a group of actors did everything they could to block his way. Eventually, Truman found his wife and secretly observed her from the door of the operating room. Despite everyone's efforts to put on a convincing act, the patient was so frightened that he lifted his head. Just then, 2 security guards appeared and threw Truman out. Truman decided to leave the world he knew behind. He booked a plane ticket to Fiji, but was told that the earliest available flight was a month away. He couldn't wait a single day, so he opted for a bus instead. However, as soon as Truman got on, the driver deliberately caused the bus to break down, spewing smoke. It became clear that every mode of transportation was working against him. Determined to get the truth from his wife, Truman confronted her, but she still refused to speak. Frustrated, Truman took control of the car and drove off. But as soon as he hit the road, multiple cars appeared, blocking his way. Truman abruptly turned back to a roundabout, claiming he would go in another direction. However, he ended up taking the same route as before. Strangely, the cars that had blocked him earlier had now vanished. That's when Truman realized the rules of the game. His best weapon was the element of surprise. They arrived at a bridge. Knowing that Truman was afraid of water, his wife assumed he wouldn't dare cross it. But Truman grabbed her hands and forced her to hold the steering wheel while he slammed his foot on the gas. She had no choice but to drive forward. However, they hadn't gone far before they encountered a group of police officers who claimed there had been a nuclear plant leak and ordered them to turn back.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome, Truman.
When one of the strangers in uniform called Truman by his name, he instantly realized that this was another lie. With that, Truman took off running toward the woods. But how could one man fight against an entire world?